Chaturvarnyang maya srishtam Guna karma vivagasa Tasya kartaram apimam Vidya kartaram abhyayam Chaturvarnyam, the four divisions of human society. Maya, by me. Shrishtam, created. Guna, of quality. Karma, and work. Vibhagasaha, in terms of division. Tasya, of that. Kartaram, the Father. Api, although. Mam, me. Vidhi, you may know. Akartaram, as the non-doer. Abhyayam, unchangeable. Translation by His Divine Grace Today, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. According to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. Translation with repetition. According to the three modes of material nature, and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Sunny? The Lord is the creator of everything. Everything is born of Him. Everything is sustained by Him. And everything, after annihilation, rests in Him. It works like this. He is therefore the creator of the four divisions of the social order, beginning with the intelligent class of men, technically called Brahmanas due to their being situated in the mode of goodness. Next is the administrative class, technically called the Kshatriyas, due to their being situated in the mode of passion. The mercantile men called the Vaishyas are situated in a mixed mode of passion and ignorance. And the Sudras, or labor class, are situated in the ignorant mode of material nature. In spite of His creating the four divisions of human society, Lord Krishna does not belong to any of these divisions, because He is not one of the conditioned souls, a section of whom form human society. Human society is similar to any other animal society. But to elevate man from the animal status, the above-mentioned divisions are created by the Lord for the systematic development of Krishna consciousness. The tendency of a particular man toward work is determined by the modes of material nature which he has acquired. Such symptoms of life, according to the different modes of material nature, are described in the 18th chapter of this book. A person in Krishna consciousness, however, is above even the Brahmanas. Although Brahmanas by quality are supposed to know about Brahman, the Supreme Absolute Truth, most of them approach only the impersonal Brahman manifestation of Lord Krishna. But a man who transcends the limited knowledge of a Brahmana and reaches the knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, becomes a person in Krishna consciousness, or in other words, a Vaishnava. Krishna consciousness includes knowledge of all different plenary expansions of Krishna, namely Rama, Narasimha, Varaha, etc. And as Krishna is transcendental to this system of the four divisions of human society, a person in Krishna consciousness is also transcendental to all divisions of human society, whether we consider the divisions of community, nation, or species. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta Swami translation purport of text 13, chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita as it is, in the matter of transcendental knowledge. Om Tat Sat. The translation again. According to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me, and although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. Hare Krishna. So, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, there's a verse that also explains that the purpose of the Varnashram system is Haritoshanam, Sangsiddhing Haritoshanam, that the human being can get all perfection when they please the Lord. That actually the real purpose of life is to bring people up to the platform of devotional service to Lord Krishna. That is actually in the transcendental position, above the three modes of material nature. We discussed this in the morning when we were reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. But that is the goal. But Krishna saw here's the whole society. Some people are in the mode of ignorance, some people are in the mode of passion, some are mixed ignorance and passion, some are in the mode of goodness. So what should be their responsibilities? What should be the nature that they work by? So that progressively a person can go up from ignorance to passion to goodness. And then the platform of realization of our relation with Krishna is called Sudha Sattva, or pure goodness. That is transcendental to the material goodness. So that Varnashram system was effectively elevating people in society in the previous ages. It's a gradual process. Of course, nowadays in Kali Yuga, there's not a very good example of Varnashram, a working model we can judge by. First of all, there's very few Brahmanas which are functioning as Brahmanas. There are many Brahmanas by birth, but not so many Brahmanas who are... Hare Krishna. Then Kshatriyas, hardly there any, like in India there's no more Kshatriya monarchs functioning anymore. Closest thing you have is in Nepal. Now that's been also constitutional monarch. There are a few Vaishyas and Sudras still following. You get scattered. Few scattered people are doing something, but the total civilization is very hard to picture. But thousands of years ago, even hundreds of years ago, this system was before in the time of, say, Chandragupta and earlier, Mahabharata. You can see the system was quite effective. That the society was working efficiently under this system. But then gradually it became degenerated in age of Kali, where people claimed a particular varna according to birth, whether they were qualified or not. But and there was no scope for reclassification. But we find in the Vedas that there were some reclassifications. Vasudeva's brother was Nanda Maharaj. But because Nanda Maharaj was taking care of cows and agriculture, so he was recategorized as a Vaishya, where Vasudeva was a king, a Kshatriya. So Krishna was brought up as a Vaishya, tending the cows. But when he went back to Vasudeva, then Vasudeva, Krishna, was trained again as a Kshatriya. So, even within the same family, there were two varnas, because their work was different. So that type of system, you also see how Vishwamitra, he was born a Kshatriya. He wanted to become a Brahmana. So he underwent tapasyas. And he could become a Brahmana after doing a lot of austerities and penances. You find also in the Bhagavatam how Abhimanyu was the son of Dronacharya. Not Abhimanyu. I mean to say Aswatthama. Aswatthama was the son of Dronacharya. But he did many heinous things, like cutting off the heads of the 5 sons of the Pandavas. So he acted in such a way that the Brahmanas should not act. Therefore, he was arrested by Arjuna and brought before Draupadi. And Krishna was saying he should be killed because he has broken the laws of Dharma. Even though he is the son of a Brahmana, he is a Brahma Bandhu. He is a Brahma Putra, he is son of Brahmana. But he is unqualified as a Brahmana. Then Draupadi, she was saying that I lost all my children. And she was close friends with Dronacharya's wife. Said, I don't want her to also be without children. So, she was saying that spare him. And Krishna was saying, don't spare him. So Arjuna, he was bewildered what to be done. So then Krishna said, well, you had to do something, you'll please everybody. So then Arjuna thought, and he took off that time Brahmanas were wearing on their head some jewel and their hair was tied up. He cut off that hair and that jewel, effectively removing him from that position. And for him that was like almost as good as death. So he went up to the Himalayas and he's doing tapasya. And it says he'll come down. He's still there, somewhere in Himalayas, in some mountain cave, doing tapasya, Aswatthama. And now he's getting purified. And he'll come down in some future yuga, Satya Yuga or something, and he will help to re-establish Dharma. He got purified from his mistakes. So there was so many examples you can see, different type of examples. How does that apply to us today? Someone may be born in different castes and so on, but everybody's working in the marketplace or doing business or having employment. So what does this all mean? So that's where our acharyas, they advise that now what we require is a Daiva Varnashram, a type of transcendental Varnashram. Just like you can see that it's necessary to have the rules for the brahmacharis, for the grihastas, vanapras, sannyas. These ashramas are important in order to maintain a srinkala, you can say, discipline in the society. Similarly, what are the duties of different authorities and different persons of different work? Some organization is needed, but the idea of Daiva Varnashram is that everyone should be doing their duty for the pleasure of Krishna. Therefore, when we are doing it as a devotional service, actually we are transcendental to Varnashram system. One becomes a Vaishnava. Varnashram is according to the modes of nature. But if someone is doing devotional service, he's above the modes of nature. This is explained in Bhagavat Gita. Mam cha jo vyabhicharina bhakti jo gena sevate sagunan samatitaitang brahmabhuaya kalpate. So by doing devotional service, we are gunatit, we're above the three modes of material nature. So, through the Daiva Varnashram system, the whole world could be benefited to replace the present perverted system of hereditary Varnashram. This objective was expressed by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, that in the future the whole world could be properly organized in a Daiva Varnashram way of life, not based on simply hereditary, but based upon their qualities and nature of work. They'll be given certain responsibilities, but everyone will be on the transcendental platform by doing devotional service. There'll be no stigma, this one is higher, lower caste, everyone is a devotee. So everyone is beyond caste. But for organization and for the proper structure and functioning of society, some system is needed. So, to that extent, the basic system of the Varnashram would be utilized. Now anyway, just not to dwell any more on these details, but the other point was meant here, what is human society? Nowadays, people are very proud of human society. In fact, in the world today, human society considers they own the whole place. The humans don't consider that there's any other proprietor of the world other than the human beings. The animals, the bugs, birds, whatever they may be, these are all simply consequential. Whatever anybody wants for the human benefit, you can do it. This is the present day policy which is being followed. And because of this insensitive policy, an unrealistic policy, now we are destroying the very earth that we are living on. That is why now the thoughtful people in the West, they come to the conclusion that the Western oriented philosophical outlook is destroying the world. That the Eastern outlook, that everything is the property of God, that nature and the absolute truth are all harmonious energies of the the nature is energy of the Supreme Lord, that this nature also is connected with everything, and we cannot just blindly destroy nature and expect that we won't have to suffer for that. We have to be responsible. So the ecologists, they appreciate the Eastern point of view more. And in the Western world, you find a lot of intellectual people. They're showing a lot of interest now in Eastern religion. Vedic or so many Buddhists and so on. There are a lot of interest is being shown today in the West. And but those people are worried about how to protect the world's natural balances. They're seeing there's the ozone hole in the ozone layer, there's the greenhouse effect, there's the gradual heating up of the world, there's the changing in the season, there's various problems coming. These are just dealing with the natural environment we live in, which we're systematically destroying in a goal to exploit nature for our own economic development. So doing this without considering the higher laws of God is actually criminal. So we get punished by the laws of nature. So here the basic point was made that human beings, why this is happening today, the basic reason why it's happening is because whole human society has missed the point. What is the goal of human society? Where should we be headed? What should be the ideal society? They're considering that, like, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we'll die. This is a predominant idea many people have. Or people are just thinking only of the material side. But actually, human life is meant to be elevated from the material concept of life to come up to the transcendental or spiritual realized state of life. Animals are eating. Do human beings eat? What do you think? Animals sleep. Do human beings sleep? No? What do you think? Do you sleep? Are you a human being? So human beings sleep? The animals, they are having children. They're having sex life. The human beings, they're also having. And animals, they are fighting with their teeth or their claws or their horns. Human beings, do they also fight? So then what is the difference? What is that difference? Who can say what is the difference between animal and human being? Thinking. You're saying a human being thinks. You think animal doesn't think. Does the animal think? Do you think a cat thinks? Cat is thinking how I can steal the fish from the lady. She's left a fish in her kitchen. She walks out of the kitchen and the cat runs in and grabs the fish and runs. So how they're thinking? So if our thinking is only how we can get more fish on our plate, more onion in our sambar, more food in our belly, if only we're thinking about this thing, then what is the difference? If I do computer engineering, or if I do some economic, some stock market speculation, But what is my objective? If my objective for doing all this is I have to get the food, then what is the difference between my objective and the cat's objective? Even though I may have more intelligence, but how am I using that intelligence? Just like he said, the vulture flies very high in the air. But what is the vulture looking for? What food? Dead body. So he's flying high, he's looking for, there's the dead body. So if we go very high, but we're looking down for dead body, then what is the... This is not what you call. You can't say that vulture has elevated consciousness. He may fly high, but consciousness is in the dead body. So human being has got more intelligence, but the problem with the society is what we are using our intelligence for. We're using it for economic development. How to make money, how to develop our economy. What is economy? Eating, mating, sleeping and defending. These are the economy, to get a better fighter plane, to get a nice house, to get food, clothing, to have a sex life. So this is the same thing animal is doing. Whether cat or whether rhinoceros, they're all doing the same thing. So that is why in the Vedas it says that a human being has been given this greater intelligence. Yes, you're correct. Human being has got greater intelligence. But why has it been given greater intelligence? Why has human being been given this intelligence? Simply to do the same thing the animals are doing? What do you think? Then what? What is this greater intelligence for? For praying. You said praying. You say? God realization. To know the purpose of his existence. Here we have some bright students. What do you think? What is human intelligence for? Discriminating which is good and which is bad. To understand spiritual life. First save the universe from the humans. That's self-realization. So we have most everybody here is saying self-realization, God realization. One person said to know good and bad. So the good and bad is a very relative point. That's correct. Human being has got discrimination. But we see that what was good 100 years ago, what was bad 100 years ago, now the morals have changed. 50 years ago, nobody could conceive what they're doing today, the youth. But now if you obstruct that, you're bad. One parent told the son in America, you don't take drugs. And the son got so angry, he shot the father. So now the parents are frightened. We had children, recently it came out, in the Western country, the children are killing the parents. Because they are trained what life is. Life means I should get drugs, I should get whiskey, I should just enjoy what my father and mother are working for. Now they have to give me, if they don't give, they get angry, okay, kill them. And steal the money and go and buy some intoxication. Such demoniac children are coming out. Of course, small percentage, but it's shocking the society. It recently also in London came out. So I think London, I just saw that 5 children, one 12-year-old children, they strangled a 5-year-old boy to death. Just in cold blood, they killed him. So what's happening, this present society is producing in the West, especially, demoniac, degenerated offspring, violent, ungrateful, cruel. Some of them are coming out more and more in society. Where the Vedic culture has said that there's a whole system, how a grihastha should live, how a grihastha, husband and wife, should raise proper spiritual children, how there should be a family life, how in the family who will have what responsibilities, how the woman should be protected and honored. In the Vedic culture, a woman is called Devi, Srimati. She's given all respect. All these things are given there, how mothers should be respected, fathers should be respected, all these. But now, gradually, people are following the Western culture, watching Western movies, Western TV, Western everything. So all these things now are being replaced by Western. And what is Western producing? Children who shoot their parents, shoot their teachers, knife